So today we're going to go over a very advanced voice AI system called Assistable, and we're bringing back our friend Mike Copeland. That's going to literally take us from start to finish of how to connect Assistable to your HighLevel account, and more importantly, build your first bot. Now remember, Assistable is more of a complex system. We're going to go over the differences of when you want to use the GHL voice bot versus when you would want to use Assistable. But again, both very powerful systems. This one is more for complex situations, and today we're literally going to show you how to build it from absolute scratch using one of my own accounts. And we hope you enjoy this video. So stay tuned and build along with us. All right, so welcome back, Mike. A lot has happened since we last talked. So a couple things that I want to make sure everybody understands that's watching. One is, before we introduce Mike as an EverBots owner, EverBots was acquired by Assistable, and now Mike is part of the Assistable team, delivering the same quality of voice AI bots that was being delivered before with minimal to no changes. So if you're an EverBots owner, you're now officially Assistable. And again, the system's even better, the support's even better. And now you guys have brought in a powerhouse bunch of people to help you run Assistable, which I know a lot of my friends are in there now. We're very, very excited. And again, for everybody watching, today we're going to go over the comparison of when to use GHL voice and when to use something powerful like Assistable, because Assistable is that good. So without further ado, Mike, why don't you give us a little update? EverBots, Assistable, what happened, where we're at, and give us a little story there, man.
Yeah, absolutely. So thank you for having me on the video here. So EverSuite and EverBots. EverBots was my reseller account of Assistable. EverSuite was my high-level agency. Jordan, the founder at Assistable, saw what I was doing, liked what I was doing, and also just some of the features that we brought into Assistable, almost like working as the product officer in a way. I was like, Jordan, you got to get me those custom fields. Like, we need custom fields and custom values in Assistable. And, pestered him for months. He finally delivered it in perfect timing, really. So it was really cool to see that change. Is probably one of the biggest things that they added. And he saw the value and he's like, hey, would you come in to the company directly? And so now equity partner and chief product officer here at Assistable. So the difference with EverBots before was, one, Jordan put a wait list on the website. Like, you could even sign up for Assistable directly. You had to work through a reseller like me. And then also it was, hey, if you're with EverBots, you get me, you get my flows, you get all this training. And now I'm just showing up to the Assistable calls every day. I run calls and workshops and ask me anything, getting feedback, any roadmap features that you guys want. We're working on delivering those. So it's been really exciting.
And as you guys know, again, anybody that's on my show, either a vet I've either worked with or I'm using their products. As you all know, we built my wife's entire med spa business off of Assistable because of the complexity of the calendars. And Mike is back again to create a simple bot and connect a simple account. Just to show you how, guys, it is. He has full control over all my accounts. So he's going to do it from complete scratch. But before we do, Mike, I know we always get asked this question: when do I use DHL voice? When do I use something like Assistable for more powers? Can you kind of show us a comparison? Now, again, we're fans of both. And I still use some accounts that have voice AI and they're just using simple bots in there because sometimes that's what it requires. They're not super complex businesses. They have one calendar. It's super easy. And honestly, it takes me seconds to set up. Now, I have other clients that are my more enterprise, bigger clients that honestly, the system's just not ready for yet. And that's when I go to Assistable to get it resolved or whatever else. So I just want to make sure you guys understand I do both, and I do both quite often in a multitude of different ways. So Mike, why don't you show us a little comparison that you guys put together to kind of help us understand the differences?
Yeah, and we'll probably have a nicer slide deck. We're still kind of formulating some of the stuff. I'm going to show a spreadsheet, but one thing, I absolutely love HighLevel. It's changed my life, and they do just about everything, right? And they do some things really, really well. But sometimes it means if somebody's dedicated and they wake up every single day and their one thing is to make their one thing better. For us, it's AI. Might have some advances a little bit more than what they have. So here's just our little sheet on voice. We ran a pretty deep comparison. So we have more large language model providers. Our cost per minute is only 7 cents. You can rebill at 13 cents and make profit before you'd even make anything on the HighLevel side. We have over 800 voices, and you can also bring in your own. You can clone voices, import voices. So we have the custom voices there. 34 languages compared to 7. Advanced voice controls, yes. You'll also see the in-call actions. Ours is unlimited. Appointment booking, we saw that already. We could have 20 in there. We could have 20 numbers to transfer calls to. So custom field support, it's also unlimited. Outbound calling, I think HighLevel might have just released it, but we've been doing it for a very long time.
Not yet. Not yet.
They haven't released it yet?
No, not yet.
Okay, so they still haven't. So it's still not supported. The knowledge base, ours is unlimited, and we do true RAG. So what that RAG is, if you look up RAG, it's retrieval augmented method.
Yeah, it's a larger memory that can store more things,
Mhm.
and it can fetch that information
Fetch
in
a
a
lot
very
faster.
fast way.
It's like going to the library and having the librarian get you the book, or going into the library and then trying to find it yourself. Might be the easiest way to say that. We allow SIP, so SIP trunking, right? So you can bring your own numbers to our platform, and unified voice and chat. This is going to be one of the biggest differences, and one where I'd say, maybe you want to just go to us directly anyways. But again, I'm a little biased there. So that's on the voice side. You can see some other comparisons here. You probably pause the page if you want. On the chat side, you'll see we also have unlimited field extractions and workflow actions, unlimited max messages, unlimited calendars. And again, it's unified between the voice and chat. So, and we also have a flow builder as well. So we'll dive into what that looks like. But the comparison is, again, I'd say GHL is kind of in its infancy still. They might eventually get to where we are, but by the time they get to where we are today, who knows where we are going to be then?
Yeah, you're going to be like way further ahead than that.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
so again, just more complex in the way that understanding. So again, just really good for the beginner, kind of really simple setups if you want to just be quick and out. But a lot of us are going to have some more complex situations where it's just not going to work, and you're going to need another like kind of like phone a friend buddy. And Assistable is that for my voice AI, because I don't want to decline clients. I have big enterprise clients, and I want to give them all the solutions possible and the best solution for the client at hand. So again, you're going to have a mixture of both, and it's perfectly cool. And now you also now are being introduced to another one that has more options. So that being said, Mike, just because we're a big how-to channel, we want to make sure that people are walking away on how to do this. You have a fresh new account from me. I've connected to Assistable. That's usually the first step. Can you walk through the setup process and kind of like set up a bot and just kind of walk us through the entire process, so we can show them how easy it is? And let's just create a simple appointment bot just to keep things simple and in the time frame, so people don't bug out of this video, so we can show them how it's done.
Yeah, absolutely.
While Mike is getting that ready and pulling that up, I just, again, want to make sure that you guys understand Assistable is available now for everybody, whether you are an agency owner or whether you're an individual owner. Is that correct, Mike?
Correct. Yes. Yep. So we
So,
support businesses directly or agency owners.
and again, you can get it through that link here. Again, I'm using it. This is my account. You're going to see everything. So it's not like this isn't what's actually happening. So this is literally being done in my own account. This is going to be the bot that I'm going to use for one of my businesses. So you guys are going to get firsthand exactly what I'm using and how I'm using it from one of the equity partners right here and there. So go ahead, Mike. I'll stop talking now.
Yeah, absolutely. So right here, you can already see we have an iframe of, well, it says rapid active marketing, which is because you've been able to brand this in for all of your clients that are in your high level agency here. And so we allow you full branding, white label capabilities, all the messages there. We also do have some documentation here that you can also just simply iframe in here. So resources in here, connect your software, beginner walkthroughs. So really helpful stuff that all of your users can just use right here. And we also do allow, if you wanted to have your own knowledge base where you wanted to add your own things in here, you can do that. So some really cool things there. All right, we'll jump right in though. So right now we're going to go into our tab. We got assistants, and we'll see we don't have any. So we can create an assistant. Now I can import one. So think of this like as like a high level snapshot. You can just snapshot. So when someone comes into their account, you can already have it loaded with AIs, or you could give them like a link that they can bring in one. We can start with blank. We can do a flow builder. We're going to do generate assistant. I'm going to call this digital voltage. And we'll say, look, pulled your website in here. I'm actually pulled in nunotavares.com. Is that the website that we should look at? Or
It is. I have it forwarding. So yeah, you could do Nuno Tavares or Digital Voltage. It's one and the same. So
I'm going to say receptionist for this one. And so I'm going to say you are the receptionist for, and I'm going to click into, it's digitalvoltage.net.
digitalvoltage.net, correct? Or Digital Voltage Media is the actual company name.
I'm going to go to your website is what I'm going to do. Oh, forward it to automated marketer. Is that fine?
Yeah, that's fine.
All right. So I'm just going to do this. It's one sentence. You are the receptionist for automatedmarketer.net. So we're going to click generate assistant, and we're going to see what we get here. So we have a prompt builder here that's going to use your website as reference for the details. Now, of course, I could put in a lot more in the description. I could put in, I don't know, 500 to 1,000 characters in here. I could, write a novel on the description, but I'm just going to show you the power of just one sentence here, and we'll see what's created, and maybe we'll make a couple edits, and then we'll test it. So here's our receptionist. We didn't give it a name, so it gave itself a name. You're Mia, automated reception for automated marketer, digital marketing technology consulting run by Nuno Tavares, right? Personality traits, warm and welcoming, knowledgeable, efficient, organized, and so on. We have style guardrails, response guidelines, tasks. So it says, greet the visitor warmly, introduce yourself. It says it includes a brief mention of Nuno Tavares and his expertise. I don't think we need that. I'm just going to delete that one. I just wanted to say like, hi, how can I help you? Right. So I'm going to get rid of that one there. And here we go. So now it's going to say like understand a visitor's needs and so on. How does this look from, I mean, you know your business better than I do. Does this look decent?
Yeah, I mean, it looks pretty good. It looks up for marketing and everything else. I do offer multiple services in there. Like, we have for anybody seeking information and knowledge, they can go to our YouTube channel, or they can get if they're looking for high level specific stuff, they can go get the Udemy course. And that's the way we would want the bots to redirect. We do want to ask like one or two qualifying questions that if they are looking for done for you work, they go to our architects, which is our staffing company. So I don't know if it picked up all of that, but those are probably things that we're going to have to add anyway.
Yeah. So we can go back to the prompt here and we could add, like we create a new one, or we could just go in.
Yeah,
to generate
Spotify
prompt.
this. It would just be,
Yeah. Or you just put it right in.
We'll put it right in, and we'll be like, if people are looking for knowledge and GoHighLevel help, if they're looking to do it themselves, send them to the YouTube channel. If they're looking for the course, send them to the course.
Okay. Actually, I want to use it in our generate. We'll just go one more time. So generate assistant, we still have this here. So you're going to say, if they want to do things themselves, Nuno has a lot of great stuff on his YouTube channel, which is YouTube.
I think it's youtube.com/automated marketer. I'll get you the link.
Got it.
And again, we're doing this live, folks, on purpose, so then you guys can see it. So we're building it together for you guys. I'll get you the Udemy link, and it's Udemy. I keep saying Udemy. It's Udemy. It's Udemy. I got corrected the other day.
Did you put that?
Yeah, I'm going to give that to you in a second. Hold on.
All right.
Well, while you're doing that, and then also Architects, which is ARCYTEX.com. That's done for you stuff.
And if you just get me those two links.
Yes, I will. And of course, I wasn't ready. See, I had him all ready. And then I was like, I didn't even think of any of this stuff. So
no, it's all good.
And the point of this is, guys, this is what you would normally be doing. I just want to make it as real as possible. So you guys are walking away with being able to do this for yourself and not panicking. Because if this takes us like 20 minutes and I got a voice AI agent that can do this, then I'm ready to rock and roll, right? And then the course link is going to be in the private chat for you, Mike, right there.
Okay. So I got Udemy, and then we just need the architects one.
That is also here. And again, everybody knows all these businesses. I've mentioned it several times, and they're all over our website. All right. And this is, okay, that's being dropped there. There you go.
All right. Perfect. Okay. So we're going to regenerate this. Again, we got a lot of stuff done here with 80% of the work done there. We're going to take this, and now we're going to have more context that we've added into it. And of course, we could add more things in here. And this is just going to get us a little better structure to start from our prompt. So I want to have like our baseline that's going to be 80, 90% of the work done for us. And then maybe the rest of it we can tweak just right there, where we just remove this line, add this line type of situation.
Yeah. And I think we'll go a little bit further. Let's go ahead and delete the bad bot, because like, again, for everybody watching, this is what I would do. Like the second I create the new one, I'm just going to delete it so I'm not confused. I now have the newer bot. Perfect. Yeah.
Great.
Perfect.
So this is going to be great in chat. So if we go through, so again, this AI is going to be able to do voice and chat. Let's see if our chat lab looks like we got simulations under construction. We'll just go through our chat widget. So we're just redoing that one at the moment. So right now, if I did the voice call, it might, well, we can go ahead and we'll pick out a voice. Maybe let's grab a different one. It's kind of this, we'll give, let's see, Missouri, New Yorker is kind of a fun one. We'll add this to the assistant. This is going to be a little different. We will change, we can change sensitivity to interruption. So this is like, if you have somebody that's on speakerphone and other stuff, you don't want the AI to maybe interrupt itself. We can make it the English. So the language processor, we can choose different processing. So this will actually listen in for English, and we'll go multilingual, so English and Spanish, right? So we got other settings here. We could bump up the talk speed a little bit if we want to, and so on. So what might happen here, I'm going to say like, hey, I'm looking for the done for you stuff, and it might spell out the entire website. So if that happens, then we can look at editing the prompt on that.
Hi there. This is Nuno's virtual receptionist. How can I assist you today?
Yeah, I wanted to see if I can get some done for you work.
Of course. Are you looking for help with marketing automation, optimizing your tech stack, or improving your business systems? Let me know a bit more about what you need, and I'll guide you in the right direction.
Yeah, I heard Nuno's like amazing at doing a book funnel. So I wanted you guys to build me a book funnel.
Got it. Nuno is definitely skilled at building book funnels. For implementation services like this, Nuno works through his agency, Architects. You can check it out at https://architects.com/ to get started. Would you like me to help you connect with them or provide more details about your project?
All right. So pretty good, but we don't need it to mention the slashes there. So we could, add to the prompt to make sure that it doesn't do it that way. But we still want it to do that in text. So, like, for example, our Udemy course might be a little bit long. So we could even just do if they're on the phone call, we could have it send a text message over to them.
Yeah, and I would just say something like, "Hey, we're going to send you a text message with these links. Just click on the links, and you'll be able to go there via text."
Yeah. So I think we'll add that in here. So first, we're going to go to tools and abilities here, and we're going to go ahead and give it some of our native tools here. So we have update user details. Think of standard fields in your CRM. So phone number, name, email, all those type of things. We can give it the ability to book appointments. Which, can they book an appointment with you, or should this not have booking?
No booking, no booking. Let them book strictly through architects, and they can go through there.
Great. And then you could have it search the web or scrape websites. Usually that's more for like a sales oriented bot, maybe, that is looking up their stuff to, use their information to sell them. We might want to have it create tasks and creating notes. We can also have it self-schedule so it can reach back out to people and send emails there. And then we can create new tools. So I'm going to do this. Are you fine if I add a tag that's going to go
Sure.
into your system?
Absolutely.
So I'm going to say Udemy, and I'm going to go underscore course. So I like to make the unique name. So names here, they need to be raw text format. So you avoid special characters. The only exception for that is underscore. And so I'm going to say when the user, and I'm saying user because, and a lot of people don't get this. If you're prompting, it is a conversation between the assistant, which is the AI, and the user. You are not the user. The person talking is a user. So it's not your contact. It's not prospect. It's not caller. It's always user. You don't have to use contact, prospect, all that stuff. Does that make sense?
Absolutely.
Okay. It will say Nuno's Udemy course. And then we're going to add the tag. I'm going to just do the same thing. I'm going to say Udemy. We'll do just keeping everything very similar. The same name as the tag. If you have a tag that you already are using, that's fine. So we're going to do that. We're going to save it. We're going to add this to the assistant. If we had another assistant in the sub account here, then you would be able to see all your other tools that you've already created. But we're going from scratch here. We can do another one. Should we name it architects or?
Yep, architects will be fine.
Okay, great. And I'm going to go to I see it. Did I spell that right? Architects. Okay. Use this when the user is interested in done for you work. Okay. So we've added the tag and we'll add that to the system. And then I think we had one more, which was YouTube. So we'll just call this one YouTube. Use this tool when user is interested in Nuno's YouTube channel, and we'll tag it YouTube. I don't know if you're using that tag to like track for sourcing or anything.
Don't think so.
Okay.
So this is more of a dormant account. We just have this because it's one of the businesses, but
okay, that's fine. So we have 3 tags. So now what I'm going to say, if they're looking for educational resources, direct them to appropriate options. So I'm going to say, and what's nice about doing this way is that we're also going to get it to like track. We're now tagging it when they're interested in these things. So I'm going to say mentions YouTube channel and use tool YouTube to send them the link. And then we're going to get rid of this, share the Udemy course link by using tool. Udemy.
So for every tool you create, you definitely want to call it out that it's got to use that tool.
Well, so we don't have to. Think about it like this. This is your recipe instructions for baking a cake, right?
Mm-hmm.
If you just had the ingredients being your tools, it can do it, right? If you just said,
no,
hey,
but if you have the instructions, this operates better, right? That's like what
Yes.
we're really looking at.
Yep, exactly. So I could probably take this out of the prompt and it should work fine. We're a pretty simple prompt. We're only at 3,800 characters here, but the longer you get, the more instructions, and it just helps reinforce the prompt. Again, this is not necessary. I could probably take this out and it would work fine.
No, but I'm a type of person that I think the more instructions you give to the bot and the clearer they are, the easier it is for the bot to perform and the less likelihood for error. So anybody watching, I would do this and I would add the tools because I think that that's going to make it just a more viable bot and it's going to give you better results. So I'm all for keeping the tools in there. I wouldn't change it.
Perfect. So, and I think those are the names of our tools. We had Udemy underscore course, architects, and YouTube. So we'll just look at that. Yeah. So we'll see this says Udemy course. If I had left that underscore out, it might actually call like the wrong tool. We want to make sure that we do the underscore. And as the product guy, we'll make sure that we make that even clearer. So I don't want to have that be explained. So again, I'm new in the acquisition and we're going to be making some changes there. But yeah, we got these tools that we're going to run. So what we can go into, I'm going to hit save changes. We're going to go into our automations and I'm going to go in and create a couple of quick ones. So it's going to add the tag and maybe we just do one and we can build the
Yep.
other ones after the call. So I'm going to say Udemy course link, and then we'll call this one the tag, and we'll say tag added is Udemy course, and we'll make sure we send an SMS. Now we might want to do an if else condition, like if it's, if we don't have the SMS and we want to deliver it in a different way, but we're going to go ahead and say, here's the link to the course. Or maybe we do an email. Maybe
No, leave it as a text message because I think that'll be great.
And I'll grab that. All right, perfect. So, and then we can do a little note. I like to add notes. Now,
Same.
this person, it's possible that this person might ask for this again. Maybe they misplaced it. So if I want a tool to run again, like if I'm doing this method where I'm adding a tag to log something and this is going to be something that would ever be logged again, I would just want to make sure that I'm going to remove that contact tag again so that it gives the ability to apply the into the same workflow again. So if you don't know this in HighLevel, if someone already has a tag can't be added to add them to the workflow again. So this will allow the ability to re-enter it. But if you only ever want it to happen once, you don't need to have that.
Sweet.
All right.
So we would just go back and add all the tags again for the essence of time. We just want to kind of go through this, give you guys the basics. And then Mike is going to be doing a series with us where we're going to be building out different kinds of bots. But we just want to kind of get you, or how do we connect the first one? How do we write the prompt for the first one? So we have the general prompt. Obviously, I'll go in there and make some additional changes, add some additional tags, maybe some additional tools. Now, how do I actually connect them?
Yeah, great question. So what we'll do, there's two ways that the AI is going to work. One is through voice and one is through any written communication, right? So think SMS, Facebook, Instagram, live chat, all those channels. So if we want to connect it to voice, we're simply going to add a number. Now I'm going to just click by number here. And area code doesn't really matter unless we're doing outbound code or outbound calls. What number would you like? Area code.
Let's try like a 908 or a 732.
All right. And you can import your numbers, guys. So if you're like 250 a number, just bring your own. It's totally fine. We don't care. Okay. So we have this phone number. We're going to now click to link it to our assistant by clicking the three dots. And we're going to choose our assistant. So now when we call into this number, we can do it. Now this verified is like a free registration. So you can get your free call registry if you click that button and help with spam mitigation and stuff. So that's how we're going to have our inbound. If we wanted to, we could also create a number pool. So we could do a pool by clicking new number pool. I'm over here. I'm going to click the three dots again, and I can grab that number. And now we have the number that we're going to be calling outbound if we want to do an outbound call. So that's
What about if I have an existing number in HighLevel already?
Yeah. So if you have an existing number in HighLevel, if they are calling into that number, we're going to link it just like if you were to be called, like you're an assigned user and someone calls and it wants to route the call to you. We're doing the same thing with the assistants here. So we have our assistant. We click in here. Now you see the number that's tied here. So this is our number. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go into your phone numbers in the settings here, and we're going to simply forward the calls. Now I'm also going to check your advanced settings here, and I'm going to go into the voice calls. And on the inbound calls, you'll see it says ring user assigned to called number. I'm going to take this off, and I'm going to take also the forward calls to the business phone number. Now, this is situational because you might have the AI that the AI answers calls that aren't assigned to a sales rep maybe. And if they are assigned to a sales rep, maybe you want it to ring to them. So that's something that we could set up right there. So I'm just going to take those off. So in case this was an assigned rep, it wouldn't answer to them. All right, we'll go back into the assistant and we can go ahead and actually now I can call. I'll call into the number that we have here. So we go back and find the number. Okay, so we're going to call in and we'll see how this answers. Hello?
Hi there. This is Nuno's virtual receptionist. How can I assist you today?
Yeah, I wanted to get access to his new course that he had.
Sure thing. Let me get you the link to Nuno's course so you can dive right in. It seems I couldn't fetch the course link at the moment. Let me follow up and get back to you as soon as possible.
Okay.
Share your email so I can send it directly to you.
Yeah, my email is mike@assistable.ai.
Yeah, got it. I'll make sure to send the course link to your email shortly. Thanks, Mike. I'll make sure to send the course link
So looks like we'll go in and see what happened on that one. It didn't make sure we added it. So let's just check real quick. So we can actually go into our call center here. And so we can also see this transcript. So we had a 1 minute call and you'll see, oh, it said press indicated. So that was why I didn't answer. Forgot to turn off the like press to connect function that there was. And so that's why it didn't.
Well,
do
that's
the
good though, because a lot of people have the same issue. So let's go and show them exactly where that is.
Yeah, so we'll get that fixed. So we'll look at the assistant. So it said it had trouble running the tool. Let's see by using tool Udemy course, and we'll look at our tools and APIs here. Okay, so we'll see. We'll try it again. I'm not sure what happened there, but that's what we're doing. We're live testing it. So we'll go back into phone numbers real quick and go into the settings, and we're going to enable the call connect feature. Okay, let's give it one more try.
Hi, this is Nuno's virtual receptionist. How can I assist you today?
Yeah, can you try getting me that course link again to the Udemy course?
Here's the link to Nuno's Udemy course. I hope you find it helpful. The link to Nuno's Udemy course has been shared. Let me know if there's anything else you need.
All right. Okay. Now there it is. So we got the message and it works. So I'm going to go in and actually now we can just text in. So I'm going to go here and I'm going to, let's see, and say, perfect. Thank you. What if I want done for you work? And so now we're texting in and, oh, you know what? We need to make sure that we have the tag assigned to the contact. So it's not connected. So we need to make sure that we have a tag. So we're going to go in. In fact, you're going to see in here in our inbox, server logs, you're going to see assistant found false, right? We don't have an assistant linked to our contact. So it's not going to answer that question. So what we're going to do is we're going to go back in. You'll see this is the tag, and this is going to make chats enabled. So we're going to create an active tag and we'll call this one receptionist. And I have a reason for that. If we want to get further along, let's say we have a DBR database reactivation assistant or something else, I'm going to add a receptionist tag and we're going to choose to link it to our receptionist. Okay. And then if I wanted this to just be applied globally for everybody, I could just do a simple one. We'll do start from scratch and I'm just going to go customer replied. You could do this a number of ways. I'm just going to make this really fast. So customer replied, not even going to specify a channel. And I'm going to add the tag to link it to this assistant now. And then I'm going to label this customer replied receptionist. Now, here's what's really fun, think about like AI teams. So we're doing a receptionist, but what if we wanted it to be a sales bot? And what if we wanted it a customer support bot? We could actually do, instead of just going to one bot here, we could say customer replied, and then we can do an if else condition. And we could say, what if the contact details type was or is a lead? Right. And we could duplicate this and we could call this one a customer. So this is a standard field in HighLevel. A lot of people use of a lead or customer. And so I'm going to go ahead and hit save on this. And we're still going to have the tag for receptionist here. And we can copy this over as well. And then later, if you're like, hey, I want a sales bot, we could have a sales bot be for the lead. And we could have a customer support bot be for customers. And it's that simple. You could trigger this in other ways. You could say when an order is submitted, so like someone becomes your customer, you could change the bot at that point. But it's really that simple. So I'm going to say the same message I just did. In fact, it has history. So I'm just going to say, did you get that? And it should know, what if I want done for you work? All right. So I said, did you get that? And we'll get a response here. Now, we also can change how fast it responds. So this is going to be a little bit delayed. This is going through text message, so it's probably more appropriate if we want it to feel more human. But we can go in and as we wait for that, I'll go in and show you the settings. So again, we have the inbox and you'll actually say, yes, I did, if you're interested in done for you work. So it still has our conversation history, even though it didn't match it to the assistant, it still has record of what's happening in previous messages.
That is very, very cool. And how long does it keep that record?
Pretty much indefinitely. I can double check, but yeah, we're keeping all the server logs on that contact.
Very, very, very cool.
And actually, funny you say that. We had someone who didn't message an AI since November of last year, and they were trying to book an appointment. This is something that I was like, oh, like, okay, it's referencing it. So it was like this person's availability last time they chatted was for November. And so it's was like, hey, I got available times for you to meet in November again. And so we're like,
That's pretty
we need
awesome.
to update. We actually maybe need to reset conversation history, or we need to just change the AI to be a little bit more aware of being like, hey, this is August, November was last year. Let's update that. So funny you asked that. That was literally something I saw today. It was fun.
So to kind of like wrap this up and just kind of understanding, so let's just kind of recap everything that we did. We showed you the differences, right, between Assistable and regular voice AI inside of GHL. We showed you that it's available both for agencies and single users. We went in, we connected my account completely from scratch. I had no bots, I had no anything. You saw Mike go in there, do it originally from the site. Then we went back and added a few more details, hit it to generate prompt. It generated a prompt for us, gave itself a name. We selected the bot function, and then we added tools like sending text messages and all of that. On top of that, we went in, we connected our phone number. We changed some settings around so the phone number automatically goes to the bot. The bot answered, you saw it interact. Then we also went and we added the ability of it becoming a chatbot by adding the different live tag that you saw them add. And again, all these instructions, when you decide to get Assistable, is going to be readily available for you. Now, you saw that Mike showed a whole reference that's in there. Assistable also has office hours 4 days a week or 5 days a week, Mike.
I mean, I might go on a vacation eventually, but right now I'm doing Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, and Friday. I'm doing Ask Me Anything calls. So,
Wow, all right. So in other words,
yeah.
a lot of calls.
And then Wednesdays we do a workshop as well. So it really is every single day. And we have other people that are also running calls, but that's just me. I'm running calls every day, unless we have a big dev push or something else that comes up. I try not to cancel them last minute, but yeah.
Yeah, and then also just remember, we're going to be doing a couple series in here. So for anybody that's trying to build something, we're going to get a little bit more complex as we do it. Anybody that's interested, the link is on there. Again, you've met Mike before. He's been on our channel before. We've built some bots together. And again, we just built another one today. Now I'll go back in, I'll modify, I'll add a little extra. I'll probably make it into a sales bot where it's going to push people into different directions based on the way they answer. But regardless of which, you're looking at pretty dynamic kind of like set, and it was super easy. So a lot was shared today. The only other thing that I also want to mention is kind of the last kind of bonus. I know a lot of people on our channel have used ZappyChat. We were big ZappyChat fans. Just understand that ZappyChat is migrating over to a different system. But that being said, they have ZappyChat migration that involves Assistable, and Mike's come up with a guide that is going to help you with that. So if you want to click on that barcode and you guys are in that ZappyChat migration kind of bubble and you want an easy way where you kind of don't have to give up the features of ZappyChat, and if you really like it and you want to take advantage of Assistable's new brand new features and all the things that Assistable can do, Mike's got a great offer. The migration's there. Recommend you definitely check it out. But altogether, Mike, thanks again for being on the show, man. We really appreciate you. We love when you come on and help us build stuff. Next time, we're going to build a more elaborate bot. We're going to get deeper into some of these automations, but we are going to have a little bit of a series. So stay tuned and build along with us, and we'll see you in the next one.
Thanks, Nuno.